Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of the 4th season of High School DxD. So, in the last episode, we really delved into Issei's trauma in regards to a certain person that kind of screwed him over pretty badly, and just kind of how that's shaped a lot of how he's acted since then. And his friend slash harem pretty much helped him out by means of by therapy, pretty much. And it seemed like it did a pretty good job. I mean, I would certainly feel better after that. In fact, I'd probably go run a marathon after that kind of treatment. But yeah, that's what half the episode was. The other half was just setting up for the rating game, which is now finally like beginning in this episode. They discussed the rules of the dice and all that, which it's simple enough. And we're starting off with Kiba, so hopefully he represents Team Gremory well. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, they had 3 points to work with, so they had to kind of choose either a knight or a bishop. They both chose knights. Have fun. Good luck, have fun. That's convenient since we're up against each other officially in this game, so... Well, one of them looks like a freaking medieval knight. Whereas the other one's just, Kiba, the shonen character. I assume they won't spend too much time on this match, like screen time wise. Did they say how many, like, individual matches there would be, how many rounds? I don't think they did. I guess just until the enemy king is defeated. They also gave like a specific number that each king needed to be able to be summoned to the field. Like Cyrogue was 12, Gremory was 8. So yeah, he would be difficult to summon because he had to give like the highest roll possible on both dice. But then, what if you lost all your pieces and all you were left was just the king standing there? Would you just lose? I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused on some of the specifics of how this works. I guess I'll find out one way or the other, so it's not that big of a deal. Kind of filling dead air with the opening. Here we go. As a family member of Ria's Gremory, never start a sentence with "as a blank" because you always come off as an asshole when you do that. He's clearly a horse enthusiast, or a brony as they call them on the internet. It's nothing on me. I feel like that's cheating, making copies of yourself. Good thing he has unlimited blade works. Yes, mostly for her. Here we go. I can sell my own stuff. Well, about that. Did we win? Is he gonna fall? Well, apparently we didn't spend much time on this at all. I guess moving on to the next round. I expected it to be a little bit longer than that, but nice. Good job, Kiba. I knew you wouldn't disappoint us. Next round. You can read that. Anyway. 10 points means we're gonna send like oh. I didn't have much time to speculate, but I was gonna assume it'd be a rook and something else. I will cheer you on all the way, Koneko. Do your best. He definitely looks like a rook. Gotta guess that. Okay, they're both rooks. I had no idea what she was. I knew Koneko was a rook. Please do, Koneko. I want to see everything you got. I want to see all of you in detail. uh... Did she punch him and break the wall behind him? Limited Blade Works, Gates of Babylon. We'll just use all the things. I mean, we're fighting the thing over there, so. Neko Punch! Man, her fist. She's a better fisting technique than I thought. Well, maybe if you were a Saiyan training at 100 times its natural gravity, that wouldn't be such an issue now, would it? Apparently. Of course it is. Oh no, is that a reflector? Oh, wait, what? They switched places, okay. I guess that works. That was well played. They did. Okay, that's good. Okay, that explains that. That's cool. I don't think it's quite over yet, maybe. More gravity. Ugh. Well, they were defeated. I just wanted to make sure to get one more blow in. It's so messed up. Of course, they kill off Koneko first. The only justice character in the show. Yeah. I know technically retired, didn't actually get killed, but still. Is he? I see that fist moving. Okay, you said, knowing what I know about you, you should probably phrase that better. Plenty of those girls would love for you to explode in them. Okay, 5 and 3, that's 8, so Issei, are you up next? I mean, they can actually put in Rias if they wanted to, but... Does she? What does she have? Besides a pretty nice body. I mean, she's not really my personal preference exactly, but I can appreciate that nice body nonetheless. Indeed. One of them looks a lot more professional than the other. I would as well. Let's see what we get here. So it seems like we are sending an Issei now. This is the first time they actually could send an Issei, so I guess they're really wanting him in. Issei, don't let us down. Oh, there's music! There's music! Don't just love it when the audience is cheering that. It's like a wrestler with his theme music playing in the background, but it's just so unfitting for combat. It's great. Dang, she is something else. Okay, I'm curious to see what she's got though, like ability-wise. Like her theme music as well. Tell me more about your techniques. You've got my interest piqued. I'm interested to learn more. I mean, I guess he can't dress break you if you have no clothes on. That's good logic. Oh man, she looks really good in that. I also like that snow cone. And I guess she does as well, but she made it kind of a mess eating it. That's fine though, I'll lick it off later. Yeah, they're some high quality poses. They're like, I'm so glad I bought tickets to this thing. Already worth the price of admission. Well, obviously. Think of it this way, you say you have an extra sword to stab her with now. Wouldn't you like to know? Good strategy. I mean, we'll see the results. That's easy for you to say. You're not in this situation. I like how she has, like, no shame. Just one shot is all it'll take. I know, right? How could you do that? Don't ask for the unreasonable. I'll admit, it's really hard to read subs right now. It's really not fair. Jeez. Man, it's gotten so lewd when you have the censors back. And she's even striking the best pose. Oh no, you're doing it out of order. Oh. Well, he's got his one shot into her back door, so he wins. Then whose opinion? Is that all you're overflowing with right now? I agree, but still. It was still pretty good regardless. I guess I'm not as much of a lewd connoisseur as him, though. Anyway, let's get back to focusing. Yeah, because you can't do two in a row. Who's left? Oh, are we gonna get Xenovia? Oh, Gasper. Actually, don't remember what he was. Was he a knight? Gasper, not Casper. That was close. He hasn't had much screen time. I'm a boy, albeit barely. In the loosest sense of the term. I technically have a penis, is what I'm saying. The fans go wild. Xenovia really has her fangirls. I approve. Yeah, I bet Gasper has his fans as well. Wow, she looks like she just jumped out of a fantasy RPG. I kinda wish you guys could see my cat right now just laying on his back in a silly way. Okay. Under my desk. Ah. Yeah, this Xenovia is the main issue. Okay. Well, that escalated. He's a lot more intimidating now. Well, yeah, that would have been helpful to know before. Like him. Well, we have our own dragon, so I guess... I mean, he's not gonna compete with an Opie dragon, really, but at least to have a dragon. Excalibur! Her voice actor sounds familiar. Oh no. Not a cursed seal. Trick Vanish. Of course, it's another Sacred Gear. Apparently everybody has one that's important in this show. Come on, Gasper, I think you might end up having to carry this. That's true, you can sit there and look cute and be motivated. Do you? Well, good, then do that. It's no time for alchemy. It really does look like a Fullmetal Alchemist transmutation circle. Do we have time? That's so cool. Don't know if Liquid quite moves quite like that, but it's still cool. Oh no. You leave Xenovia alone. Hold still. Like how he says he's a boy and he's clearly wearing a skirt, but it's fine. He can wear what he wants. Oof. I know a swordsman voice when I hear it. Smack him! Or just annoy him. Or just don't die. Still, that'd be more convincing if you lost the skirt. Yeah. Indeed. Even if you're far weaker than the girls, you should still protect them, I guess, if you have a penis. I guess that's how it works. Poor Gasper. I gotta remind myself it's a trap, but still, that... Please stop bullying Gasper. And Xenovia, please help. Are you better yet? Please get in there. This is getting hard to watch. Do I have to? Yes, he is very determined. Issei's manliness has truly rubbed off on him. Finally, Xenovia. Yeah, get wrecked. Yes, just nowhere near as strong, which is the problem. Here we go. They should let you do that again. Oh. Yeah, again, get wrecked. Excalibur! I was actually getting really worried, but that went better than expected. I think, yeah, Gasper's done, but still, they won. This is our fourth round, I think? 9. That means they can taking their queen, which is gonna be Akeno. Here we go, finally. First chance she gets. Because, yeah, she's a queen, which requires 9 points, which is actually more than Rias requires being a king, which is funny. But I mean, the queen's a pretty powerful in chess as well, like better than the king, so I guess it makes sense. Well, she needs her screen time. Yeah. Very nice queen on their side as well. Black holes. So it's unfair. My hole. You really could have phrased that better. Well, their queen's no pushover. The power of hole has defeated Akeno. He tried to penetrate her hole, but it just backfired. I hope we find out how Oppai Dragon can do against her hole. I feel like he can handle it well enough. Oh no! Oh no. Well, we know who they're sending. Rias, do you want to go? No, I figured. Oh, really? Kiba? I mean, he's gonna lose, but they're sending in Kiba, I guess. It's almost positive they'll want to have Issei battle him in the final, like the important battle. Because that's been obviously teased for a while. Oh, I'm sure Rias will probably get to fight him as well. Maybe. I don't know, actually. I became less confident as I said it. Oh yeah, I forgot. 12 points, that means they can send like 3 people. Two knights and a rook, basically. Well, don't get too excited. Like, you know, Issei got in his match. 6th match, okay. Because yeah, first we had Kiba versus the medieval knight. Second match was Koneko and Valkyrie against the Thing and the other guy. Third match was what was the third match? You know, I'll just stop thinking about that and just enjoy the ED. It only comes once an episode after all. It's just like me. You know, who needs rating games? Why can't this just be the anime right here? I don't see why you couldn't have an OVA where it's just, you know, this. I mean, Bakuon, that motorcycle anime, had a scene sort of like this. I don't see why we couldn't have it with this. You know, the anime that showed us the glory that is American car washes. If anyone hasn't watched Bakuon, they should do that. So that was the 10th episode of High School DxD Hero. And we have gotten the rating game started. We started off with Kiba, their knight versus the enemy knight. And yeah, there's not a lot to say on that fight aside from just Kiba used a balance breaker that he wasn't ready for, that he wasn't expecting, and he won using it. And his opponent apparently could like make copies of himself, some kind of shadow clone jutsu type thing. And in the end, it wasn't enough because Kiba won. That was actually a pretty quick fight, so yeah, really not much to say on that. The second fight, it was Koneko and the Valkyrie girl, Russ Wise, I don't really remember her name, but yeah, the two Rooks were up against the enemy, which sent out a Knight and a Rook, I believe. But yeah, because I think they had like a total of 6 points to work with now, or something like that around there, so that's kind of what they could send out. And in the end, Rias' team won again. However, they did lose Koneko in the process, which is terrible for multiple reasons. The fight was interesting. You had Rosswise actually pull some cool stuff with some like switching magic. I know there's a better word for it than that, but I'm blanking on it. So basically, switch places with one of the enemies into the gravitational field. So that was actually one of the best moves in the fight. However, you know, still it wasn't quite enough because they were able to be trapped again in the gravitation field again, and then they just had a cheap shot against Koneko to knock her out as like one final punch before they get knocked out. But overall, they did win that round, with Rossweiss, of course, still being around. Now, the next fight, Cyro decided to send out his Bishop, Coriana, something like that, and faced off against Issei. Now, he determined that she would be the perfect opponent for him. I guess the idea here was that she would, you know, render Issei incapable of actually fighting her, because honestly, how could you possibly fight someone who's given you that wonderful show? Like, I personally couldn't bring myself to do it, so I can definitely understand his logic there. Like, because if Issei can't fight, then he can't win. Like, he's got him there. And it seemed to be working for a while. Me and Issei were both quite captivated by the view there. It definitely was, it's definitely doing the job. However, she did make one crucial mistake. She tried to take off her panties before the bra, and that just doesn't work. That kind of ruins the whole thing. I'm actually definitely with Issei on that one, the importance of that. It probably wouldn't have been as much of a deal breaker for me as it was for him, but still, I definitely get where he's coming from on that one. And luckily, that was the one opening Issei needed to be able to win. He just, bam, shot it right into her back door, and the fight was won. So, you know, another victory for Team Gregory. Oh, and before I move on to the next fight, I forgot to mention that when Issei stepped up and everyone in the crowd were cheering, you know, oh bye, and his song was playing and everything. That was amazing. I love that. Just like more pro wrestlers should have a theme music like that. That was really cool. But this next fight was Xenovia and Gasper. So yeah, basically our other knight, and actually I don't remember what Gasper was. I assume he was a bishop, but anyway, yeah. Then they were facing off against the enemy, which actually did have a dragon. So that was a bit of a challenge there. But Gasper obviously had a conversation with Issei in a previous episode, so he wanted to try really hard to be, you know, the ideal, you know, at least Issei's idea of the ideal man, and protect all the girls that are stronger than he is, you know, as you do, I guess. And he did his best at that. He was filled with determination, and he was a very impressive display there in the battle. He was able to lift the curse that Xenovia had fallen under and basically, like, buy her time to recover. So Gasper's obviously not very strong, like, compared to some of the others, but he definitely did the best he could do, so I'm definitely not going to mock him or anything. He really did well in that fight, and I'm definitely proud of him. And yeah, the success they had in that battle is a big chunk thanks to him, so good job, Gasper. And then the last battle we had of this episode was Akeno versus the opponent's queen, which, you know, Akeno's lightning against her holes, basically, and it just went back at her, and yeah, that fight did not end well for us. That was, like, the only real, like, objective, complete loss we've had, actually, in any of these rounds, so we actually did get a pretty good amount of success in this episode, so I imagine things will probably not go so well in the next episode. Like, the next fight's gonna be Cyrogue against, like, 3 of our guys, so I assume they'll get wrecked fairly easily. Like, hopefully they'll at least exhaust him a little bit, but I don't expect them to do very well against him. So yeah, and I assume they'll pit up Issei against him. Maybe not directly after that, but we're gonna get a one-on-one fight between Issei and Cyrogue. I'm sure about that. It's just a matter of when. I'm just curious if Reyes is gonna actually fight or not. Like, because if the king loses, then they're screwed. So I don't know. Maybe she might want to avoid fighting at all. Altogether if she can. That's at least I would. You know, if I was in this position. But anyway, yeah, that was the episode. It was pretty good. Some of these fights were quite enjoyable. You know, especially Issei's fight. I mean, Issei's fights never disappoint. But yeah, good stuff. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.